Hello everybody, Gerald Barker, Bob's Green PFAL. It's 15 February 2026 and I'm standing in front of a Model 5 and I'm going to go over some maintenance tips to show you what you need to do on these machines to keep them running. It's pretty simple. Now what I'm going to do here is only going to apply to Model 4s and Model 5s and the larger machines. If you have a Model 1, you won't have to worry about this. Model 1s have seal case bearings, and that's what we're going to do today is we're going to actually grease up the bearings on this paddle wheel right here. Not the turning mechanism, but the paddle wheel. So the Model 1s already come with the bearings greased. There's no way to grease them. They're sealed case. You don't have to worry about them. But the Model 4s and Model 5s you do. It's got a very, very old style greasing deal. What you're gonna need is just, I use marine grease, Master Pro marine grease, nothing too crazy. You can use general purpose grease. This is the collar you might find on them, on your Model 4, Model 5, depending on the year that it was made, manufacturer. You're gonna need standard tools, Allen wrenches in standard, nothing metric on these machines, maybe a crescent wrench. So this one right here is an older machine, so its collar right here, I'd use a crescent wrench on. So we're gonna pull that off right there. That's an access panel right there. Throw this to the side, got our collar off. Now be very, very careful, not pulling this off. Give me a second. So this panel comes completely off. It's an access panel. Make sure that when you're doing this, you do not want to push this rod, this assembly in. You don't want to mess with it at all while this is out, because if you move this shaft inwards, it's going to work on the other side on the turning mechanism and you're going to have problems. So try to keep this as close as you can and make sure when you tighten it back down, in case I forget to tell you that you tighten it back in the same marks, tighten it good so this drum cannot walk over, because if this shaft walks over, it loses contact with the turning mechanism. Okay, let's go. So what I'm gonna do is, inside the paddle wheel, go back over here, the paddle wheel turns around and up inside there, we're gonna have grease fins. You cannot reach the one on this side of the machine. The other side you can. This side you can reach up in there with your hand, but due to the belt and the pulley being here, you can't reach this one too well. So we're gonna look up inside of here. That cap right there is your grease cap. This is very old technology, but believe it or not, it still works. Some people said they've seen machines with the Zerk fittings on there, the modern day ones. I've never seen that. These are the ones I've always seen on Petersimes. Got to kind of get your fingers up in there. It gets really dirty. And I'm gonna unscrew it off. God, I should already had this done. You'll notice the grease is pouring out right here. That is totally normal. If you look in your Model 4 or 5, that's gonna be covered up with all kinds of silt and dander and shit stuff that you don't need. But it's a long screw in, so here we go. So what happens is this cap is fine threaded, and you put your grease in it. So you're gonna stack your grease all the way up in the top right here. I'm not gonna do that, but right now, because I don't wanna get the phone all greasy. And you're gonna pack it up inside of there, and then you're gonna make sure some is in the cup on the top right there. Oh. So after you put it in there, you're gonna screw it back on. So as you screw it on, you're gonna notice, as you tighten it down, the grease is gonna pop out around the shaft. And if you don't see it popping out, then take the cap off after you screw down, put more grease in there. You need grease to start pouring out of them bearings right there. And you only have to do this once every 2 or 3 years, or just check it and make sure there's grease in this, because believe it or not, it will pull the grease down in there. So there you have it. If you want to see the other side. Okay, so we're on the other side right here. You can reach your hand up inside on this side. There's no access panel on this side of the machine due to the turning mechanism. So you really only have to pull the access panel on that side because of your pulley mechanism that goes down to your motor. So once you're done with that, you've got it all put back together. You're gonna take your access panel, put it right back. Remember what I told you about that shaft right there. And then put your nut back on there and tighten it down. And you'll be good to go. Every 2, 3 years, every year I would check it, I'll be honest with you. And you should be good to go. Just keep grease in it and this machine will keep running for you for a long time. Gerald Barker, Bob's Green PFAL. If you have any questions, just contact me here on YouTube or www.bobsgreenpfal.com or 254-702-1563. Thank you very much. Goodbye.